Pickaxe.
5-day early access to every Cast Party episode, including Nocturne, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord where our community plays D&D games together, has game nights, and hosts so much more, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try out a free trial. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, cast and crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I'm joined by Ryan McManus.
Hi, Ryan McManus playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
That's just gonna become more and more unhinged every episode.
Anna Brisbane.
Anna Brisbane playing Lenore DeFear, Chaos Fairy, excited to push all the buttons.
Vince Perino.
Hi, Vince Perino playing Tevin Alkin, the big Warforged, trying to go pew-pew to get memories back.
Raquel Skellington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Raquel, and I'm playing Poppy, the tender-hearted giant.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hey everybody, I'm Luis, and I'm playing Santos, the Glavinator.
Yay!
Let's talk about what happened last time. You all were in the cart on the way back to Twin Rivers, hauling the object that fell from Ilos' orbital. During the ride, you spoke of many things. Jackal's transformations and what he knows about them, Bjorg's name and him waking up next to his cart, each of your lack of memories and what you do or don't remember. Bjorg handed over some earrings to Lenore, as well as we found out that she believes she drowned on Earth and awoke being drowned in the fountain. As you spoke, a storm brewed and continued to rain down on the cart. And as you approached Twin Rivers, lightning got louder and louder as the Stormbringers continued to call down bolts to refill their reserves of the defensive electricity that keeps Twin Rivers safe. You saw a caravan of refugees outside the city not being let in before heading to the Nightshade complex where you all exited the coach. While being searched, Santos heard from Linnea that she had orders to arrest Lenore. Santos made a big deal of Lenore's involvement and would not give up his push for her being an essential part of the team. As Linnea kept searching the others, the Tabaxi man working for Nightshade gathered the mechanism and took it away. Darian, getting angrier with every word from Santos, shouted at him to stop. He gave you each your gold, save for Lenore, who took night shillings, and he left, giving an order for Santos to give him a full report in the morning. Linnea and Santos made plans to meet at Thanar's later that night. You all decided to try and figure out your plan with Lenore, her warrant, and exile, as well as what the counterfeit papers from Bjorg might do for you all. You decided to meet in the morning before going to see Officer Darian, where Santos is to report. Santos and a disguised Lenore headed to Thanar's tavern as we followed Jackal to the Nightshade Trading Company dungeons. He followed a maze-like path through halls and doorways before he entered the room A17. He shackled himself to the chair and watched the light go out. Now, we flash to Bjorg. Bjorg, you find yourself in the banks. Most of the banks is packed quite close together. Buildings often pushed up against one another or with little room to walk between. There's one particular alleyway you find between a bakery with shattered windows and a small seamstress shop. Down this alleyway is a hanging sign with an open book on it in front of a small doorway with the words, "As the Tree Falls," carved underneath. And so the scene is set. The question is, Bjorg, what will you do next?
Looking up at the sign. Well, I suppose this is it. And I will just waltz on in, trying to act like I belong there the best I can. I wouldn't necessarily say directly look for Virgil immediately, but probably waltz in, take in my surroundings. The note was very cryptic, and I don't know how to take that. So I would probably pretend like I'm just looking for maybe some sort of scroll, some magical book that I might be able to acquire, and keep my eyes peeled.
You head down this alley. There's a modest-sized window here, some books in the window. And they're just big stacks of books with the spines faced towards the alley so you can read them. They aren't really displayed nicely, just big stacks of books. But as you enter the doorway, acting like you belong, you see the shop is a bit small, but it is packed with shelving and books all over the place. It's tight immediately upon entrance, basically trying to use every inch of real estate to hold books. The ceiling and upper rafters, you can see there are flowering vines that hang down here and there. There's really just one main room here, but shelves are placed all over like walls to separate different areas of the shop. It's a bit smoky right now, and it smells like sandalwood. You can see to your left an old dragonborn gentleman behind a counter who is currently getting ready to bind a large set of pages together with a machine. He's got a stick of incense burning. There's just hundreds of books of varying sizes, all in piles close together. And right now you see this area is just primarily just bookshelves filled to the brim with books, and then these other large stacks. And some of these bookshelves look to be organized by literary genre.
I would first like to try to find a book on magic for beginners. Wizardry 101.
You start looking. There's a section specifically on history, and right next to that is history of the demigods, manuals for different things like mechanisms. And you go around, you look at history, botany, some more novels, until you finally find an education section. I'm gonna have you roll me Arcana.
11.
You find a few books here, some named, others not. One looks like it has been stolen from some sort of magical school. It's got someone's name in it, writing in all the margins. Just looks like it somehow ended up here.
I'll take that one off the shelf if it looks like somewhat of a textbook. If I can assume that people might have been learning from it, maybe I can too. So I'll slide it off the bookshelf and head up to that elderly dragonborn. Just this for today, please.
You see he is slowly cutting the edges off pages. And you see he just gestures a hand towards the counter.
Would you like me to just leave some silver?
He just gestures again, but he does not look up from what he's doing. He's facing away from you.
I'll waltz over to the counter, book tucked under my arm, nice and tight. Place a single silver down.
He finally turns around, does not look at you. It almost looks like he's actively avoiding eye contact, and he looks directly at the counter, grabs the silver, opens a drawer behind the counter and puts it in there, and then just completely turns back around.
Much appreciated. Apologies while I'm here. Has a dragonborn friend of mine come by? I was told to meet him here just for quiet reading. Goes by Virgil.
Don't often speak to customers.
You don't have to. You can just point me in the right direction.
They come, they go, just as you should, if you know where.
I don't. That's the issue.
If you don't know where, they don't want you.
Well, that's an issue. I had a special delivery for them. It's not that they wanted me, they wanted something from me. Can I leave it with you? I don't need to go there, I don't need to see a thing, I just need to drop this off. I'll take payment later.
I am paid to keep a blind eye. I do not associate with them.
It's not association. If you just deliver an item for me, it's jewelry, a gift.
How did you know to come here?
I was instructed to do so.
Then follow the instructions.
Do I notice a small hatch or anything on the floor that might indicate a ladder or somewhere to go down in history? In history! I go to history, and I say all of this out loud.
Oh my god.
Wow. You go to that bookshelf you saw earlier. It's a singular bookshelf, and it is tucked into the corner of this building. It is full of history books.
I'll take a couple stomps with my little dress shoes and see if I can find some sort of hollow hatch or some spot that I might be able to open.
I'm gonna have you roll me investigation, please.
22.
You start stomping, and it feels solid under your feet. And you look up at this history section, and you notice that there's a single book here that doesn't have a name. That book is on the top shelf. It has an image of a black axe on it.
I'll reach up. They're not very discreet now, are they? And I pull the book.
You pull the book. There's a spot on the bottom shelf.
Oh, got it. I assumed it was a lever, and then I'll place the book at the bottom.
You place the book into the bottom as the black axe goes down in history. You hear this slight sound. It's quiet. It's just a little latch. This bookshelf almost starts to move slightly, but just a little bit. It's like it was attached to a door, and now that door is unlocked, and it looks like you're able to push the bookcase open.
I will take my magic textbook, save it for later, stuff it in the suit jacket pocket as it just disappears from view, crack the bookcase, and waltz through.
As you continue forward and notice a staircase, and you continue downward. Staircase is pretty dark. It goes down and then left and then down further into this basement-like area where you can start to see light coming from ahead. You can also start to hear some muffled sounds ahead. As you get closer, you get to this hallway and continue forward. Sounds like people talking. There's laughing going on, some people louder than others. There's a whole group of people ahead of you. And as you get closer and closer, you notice this is a hidden tavern. You can see from where you are people walking back and forth, some drinking. You can hear the sounds of some darts hitting a dartboard.
It's getting harder and harder to act like I belong here, but we're gonna do our best. Try to waltz through. I don't want to stare anyone directly in the eyes down here, especially if there's a lot of people. But I want to try to make my way to wherever I might be able to order something while still keeping my peripherals open, just hoping to find Virgil so I can get the fuck out of here.
As you enter, you see some people look at you, but most no one really bats an eye. Pretty warm down here. Some people are gambling with some card and dice games. They gamble with both metallic currencies as well as night shillings. And there's a decent amount of people down here, at least 50 from your brief glance, but you are determined to just get to the bar. And you're able to find a seat. As you begin to wait and scan the crowd, nonchalantly looking at faces, you hear some conversations going on around you. One hushed conversation directly next to you sticks out to you. A few names come up that seem like prominent, but you've never heard of them before. I am telling you, following this Dominic guy seems like the way to go. The Black Axe is cowering and leaderless. The Order of the Chrysalis continues to grow. They promise strengthen each other, every soldier. Don't you want to be better? Do better? Live a better life? Shh, you can't say that so loud. Rexius will be back soon, and we will stronger through his leadership. We can do this without leaving Twin Rivers. We just need to wait. Now stop, we can discuss this later without so many ears. Most people here are still loyal to Rexius. Their conversation dies down before the man starts bringing up a more mundane conversation about the food. You sit, you wait, and a few moments later, you see Virgil coming from a doorway to the back of this room. Looks like a kitchen. He's holding a plate with some sort of cooked rodent and has a mug of a hot drink steaming in the other hand. As well as following close behind is a large, bald man wearing a black vest, his sleeves rolled up, showing off a tattoo of a black axe on his forearm. They move towards two seats at the bar until Virgil catches your eye. Mr. Bjork, I am excited for my ring and with, an hour to spare.
I am nothing but prompt, Virgil. as I lift a small little bag with my pointer finger and thumb, and I just wiggle it in the air, and it's got an embroidered Bjorg Bentley logo on the bag.
Nice presentation as well. He pretty quickly opens it up, brings that ring out. Middle of this tavern, he undoes his belt once more.
Oh, this again, okay.
He reveals the tattoo on the side of his abdomen and puts the gemstone up to the tattoo.
Perfect match.
I told you you'd be coming back, don't worry.
And he puts it back in the bag and hands over the last 3 gold. He looks at the man he's sitting with and he has a big smile.
On to the next step.
The man looks over to you, Bjorg, as he finishes a sip of his mug.
And that next step requires your assistance once more, Bjorg.
Regarding what now?
I have heard you know the fairy I am looking for.
Bjorg is trying so hard to keep a straight face right now. I assume so. It's not every day you come across a fairy in Twin Rivers, but no is a little bit of a stretch.
Do you know where Lenore is?
Currently? Absolutely not.
She bailed on me during our last meeting. We are not done with her.
What was this meeting about? Just for details. The more details I know, the more I can help you.
If she has not told you the nature of our relationship, then she must not trust you. So I cannot tell you either. I do need to speak with her. Immediately.
Well, if you can't trust me, and Lenore can't trust me, then why should I trust you in return? I'm supposed to be the one to give up information that I happen to know? For what?
We have paid you, have we not? And we will pay you more.
You paid me for a ring.
We paid you extra for a ring.
Well, when it's something as precise as that, I would hope so. But if your offer stands, it's something I can think about. Am I allowed down here whenever I please?
Yes, unless you cross us for some reason. But Bjork, you were with Lenore at the finger trap. You are keeping her from something she wants, though you don't even know it.
Well, I suppose that's for her to tell me then. We were just grabbing lunch before a job. I'll take this information. I'll take this request. And if I so see it fit that my knowledge is worth your gold, I'll come back.
Bjorg, what is your passive perception?
12.
Bjork, this is important. You wouldn't want to make a scene with all of these Black Axe members so close now, would you? You will take me to her.
Just at that moment, you see next to you, Virgil has pulled out a dagger while you were distracted talking with this other man, and you feel him push the blade just enough to put pressure on your abdomen.
He takes as deep a breath as he can. Listen, I meant it when I said I don't know where she is at the moment. She was set to be arrested, and she set off on her own way. She was not arrested, so you still have access to her. She's waltzing about Twin Rivers, where I don't know. But I can tell you she's back in the city walls and she won't be leaving anytime soon.
We are trying to keep her from getting arrested.
Well, she's doing a great job of that already. Maybe not. But she's out of handcuffs currently. And I know she's going to be meeting with someone tomorrow morning. Nightshade.
I need to know now why she is working with Nightshade all of a sudden. And why did she not show up on that bridge?
That is as much as I can give you, as that is as much as I know.
You have no idea why she is working with Nightshade.
Listen, if I knew, I would tell you, or so this dagger be plunged into my stomach.
Puts a hand onto Virgil's shoulder. Immediately feel that pressure on your abdomen lift from that dagger, and Virgil puts it away.
You got what I got. We were brought on. The cause I don't know. It's something we are actively trying to research. It's something that's actively haunting me currently. Will this be the last time I see Lenore? Probably not, but that's all I know.
Virgil spins in his chair and goes back to eating
Sorry for the hostilities, Bjork. Just a little scare tactic. I thought you knew more. I thought you were hiding things from me.
I will turn in my stool and get to my feet, straighten out my jacket. Before walking away, I'll give him a pat on his shoulder. First impressions are everything. And I will walk back out into the bookstore.
Where are you heading from here, Bjork?
Oh, fuck. After tonight and yesterday and all this bullshit, I'm going to the fucking riverfront and finding a nice tavern.
And we are going to jump to Poppy. Poppy, as you left the others for the night, where did you head?
She went back home. She gotta go check on Pop.
It's rainy, lightning, and you move through the banks. You approach the outskirts of the farm. As you get closer and closer, you start to hear loud speaking over the rain in between these claps of thunder. And as you hear it, it's definitely some younger voices. One in particular comes forward. And as you continue moving, you see a group of younger children all gathered behind a fence that leads to the Wraithwood. They're all wearing badly made light yellow overshirts that are like way too big for them. And they each have a badly drawn sun on the front. And they're all crouched down except for one child who is speaking. He's addressing all of them and he's holding a dagger into the air as he speaks. Do you recognize this child? The one holding up the dagger is Marceau, the older of the two brothers who tried to steal your vegetables just a few days ago. We have completed our first mission. We have proven we can take on anything. Now, we're going to save the people of the banks from the terrors in the Wraithwood. Lightshade will be known around the banks as those who can protect them. Who's with me? You see a few of the other kids look at each other and then look through the fence towards the farmhouse. They all do these sheepish nods, but one child is really nodding and smiling as he looks towards Marceau. And this is his younger brother, the one who faked the knee injury to get you to stop.
Oh boy. Poppy approaches. What are you guys doing here? Don't I know you? And points to Marcel.
We are Lightshade. We're gonna keep Twin Rivers safe.
You're gonna keep, how are you gonna do that?
We're like Nightshade, but better. Nightshade, you have to be old enough to join. Lightshade, you can join whenever to help make money. Once we start getting missions from the people of Twin Rivers, they'll pay us.
I think this is a very noble cause, but have you considered why you have to be old enough to join Nightshade?
Stupid rules. Look, and he holds up this dagger. I've got this myself.
That's really impressive, kid. I just had an encounter on the behalf of Nightshade, and let me tell you, and she shrugs off a little bit of her sleeve to show that bruise that is still bruising real bad, and it probably looks on her skin tone like a deep purple navy with some green in there. Let me tell you, I didn't think that Nightshade had those rules for nothing, but now I really know that they had those rules for a very specific reason, and it's because going out there is really dangerous, and it's not just something anyone can do. Not to say it's not something to aspire to go out there and protect your fellow man or, villager, but it's dangerous, and now I can tell you firsthand how I know.
We didn't get hurt going out there.
You went out beyond the wall?
That's where I got this and a couple others, and then we went back, and that was our first mission. Listen, Nightshade keeps us all in the walls. We don't know how cool it is out there, and since we found another way out, we're not planning on going behind the walls anymore. We have the weapons we need, and now we can help fix Twin Rivers and protect the banks. People need to know we're strong, so they pay us to do things. To prove we're strong, we're gonna slay the monsters in the Wraithwood.
Okay. Alright. Poppy was holding the boomerang on her back, puts it down with a big clunk, and she's like, alright, guys, kids, I think your cause is very noble, and I'm proud that you're inspired to want to do good, but I can't stress this enough how dangerous it is out there. I mean, it is not cool. It is very dangerous. I had a friend of mine when we went beyond, and this is literally yesterday, almost kicked the bucket, okay? It is very dangerous out there, and I definitely think your cause is admirable, but perhaps instead of thinking about going beyond the walls, you guys can train and prepare yourselves, and maybe I could talk to Nightshade and you guys can start a program or something, because I don't think this is really safe. You don't need weapons to help fix a society. You can do it by being kind. Poppy gets on one knee, so she's probably closer to eye level instead of like towering over these children. Looks at Marcel very softly. Listen, I understand wanting to be strong. I once was not strong. I know you may look at me and think I'm very big, and I am very strong, but I wasn't always. I had to work to get this way. And I would like to think I got this way not because of brute force or violence, but because I wanted to better myself and the world around me. And I know that's kind of what you guys want to do as well, but becoming strong isn't about showing force of strength or how cool you are or how much you can do something. It's about truly wanting to help others from the heart.
How'd you learn to grow strong?
Patience. A lot of patience. A lot of thinking. Call it the big think. Sometimes I just sit and I think about my life and myself and how I react to things and how I could react to things and what I can do to better myself. That's what I'd like to think it took. It took also probably a lot of me getting kicked around a lot to understand what it means not to have strength. In order to be strong, you have to have empathy for those who are weaker than you.
So violence is not the answer, and we can get strong other ways.
There are other ways. I think you guys should keep up your little group here, and I think you all could do good. But maybe let's put down the dagger and, well, the sticks, and think about how we can grow together.
He turns around and addresses the group. All right, Lightshade, we're not going to the Wraithwood, but we'll figure something out. No one is allowed to go back into the sewers, okay? It's just, we don't go outside the walls. You said you had a vegetable cart?
I do.
Could I maybe help you sell some sometime?
Yes. I've gotten work recently somewhere else, and I feel like I'm not going to be around as often, and I could definitely use help selling vegetables while I'm not around.
Where do you get them?
By the farm, back over that way. And I like Poppy gestures.
You work at Wraithwood?
Yes. No. It's complicated.
I'm glad you stopped us from going in there then. Glad no one tried to hurt you.
Me too.
All right, Lightshade. Let's worry about next mission in the morning. He gathers up the kids.
Poppy, finger between her eyes. Oh my god. Okay. All right. She stands up, puts her boomerang back on her shoulder. Hey, Marcel.
He gestures to his brother to take the rest of the kids, and the rest of them continue moving, and he turns around.
Listen, if you're serious about the vegetable cart thing, I'd really like your help. All right? If you are interested in seeing the Wraithwood, maybe one day I'll take you in there. But you gotta prove to me that you can be strong and kind first.
He doesn't say anything. You guys are about 20 feet away. You're watching him, but there's all this rain in between you and him. One nod as he turns to follow the others.
Kids, man. And Poppy turns to go home.
You continue up the path towards Wraithwood. Enter
the main door. As soon as you do, you hear from upstairs.
You got rid of them?
Yeah, I did. Sweet kids, just, misguided adventures.
Yeah, I would have taken care of them.
It's okay, Pop. I got something for you. I make a jingling noise with the pouch.
Sounds like a lot. You can leave whatever on the table. Keep some for yourself.
Of course, Pop. She puts the whole bag on the table and takes 2 gold for herself. I got work, a little bit, more frequently. Some of it's taking me outside the walls, and I might be not here as often. Do you want any help? Do you want me to, come up there? Do you need help changing the sheets or cleaning up or taking any dishes down?
Not tonight.
Poppy sighs and runs her hand through her hair. All right, well, I'll be in my room. I gotta buff my boomerang.
Good night.
Good night. She walks into her room and takes her hair out of her ponytail. Lets her navy locks cycle around her. Puts her head in her hands as she sits on the bed. Man, what am I gonna do? Oh, what am I gonna do? Looks at the symbol on her hand. I'm getting involved in something bigger than I thought. God, I just don't want it to happen again. She lays down.
As the rain continues. And we jump to Tevin. You return back to Alkin Family Mechanics and head inside. You're able to open the gate. You hear the whinny of the horse in its stable and move towards the front door. And as you get to the front door, you see the lights illuminate. Desmond runs out with anger on his face. Tevin, where have you been?
I've been doing as you asked. Searching a little more, and finding some memories.
You've been gone for almost 2 days, Tevin.
You did tell me to join them and to try to find more memories. I was doing as you asked.
Where were you?
Outside of the walls.
What do you mean outside the city walls? You were not supposed to leave, and you were supposed to say safe.
If I remember correctly, you never told me I could not leave the walls.
You could have died out there.
But I am here.
I am just glad you are safe, brother. You know all I want for you is to get your memories back. I told you to go with them, hoping it would get you something. I should have been more patient with you and been more deliberate in my instructions. You are right. I never told you not to go outside the walls, so come in. Come in, brother. Come in. I am still working on a way to hopefully get those memories back up and running, but I do have something small that may help in the meantime.
Sounds wonderful. Have you found any memories yourself? Anything I could help you with?
Not yet, but I do have ideas. Desmond brings you inside, brings you over to one of these workbenches. Looks like it's been recently cleaned off and worked at. And there's a small device here. It's like a thin rectangular piece of metal. It's about half the length of a credit card. It's got some small magical components in it, as well as 4 metallic legs, almost like an insect. As I said, I have an idea to get your memories back, but it will take some time. For now, this might help us figure out when and how your memories are returning to you. Just place it on the back of your neck and it will clamp on. I have created this to help monitor your brainwaves, so whenever you gain a new memory, I can test and see what caused it.
And you said to place this on my neck.
Yes, I can do it for you.
Fling it over to him real quick.
He places it on your neck. You feel it for just a moment, and then all 4 of these insectoid legs clamp around your neck, and then you barely feel it. It's like it's a part of your body. Now, did you remember anything else? Was it caused by the people you were with? What did you get while you were gone? Anything new?
I did experience some new things. The type of memory I could not truly tell you, but I do see the house as they're telling me.
House? This house?
No, a different one. With a type of road almost in front of it, and a flying cloth in front, and a little object out front that would swing in the wind and it made noise. But the front door has been locked until the last memory. The door handle would then turn, but not open fully.
Interesting. Tevin, I do not know what this is. But if you are dreaming it more than once, which you have now, must be important.
And you have no other ideas on how these happened to me? Or why?
Not yet. But I am working on something. I think I have an idea that will help me give you your memories back. I'm working on it. I really am. And you'll be back to me, brother. You will. I just know it. He goes over to another workbench, and you see this place is much less clean than the last one. It is hectic. This here will help me project my mind into yours so that I can be inside your brain. Hopefully, help figure out why the memories are not connected to what you know, because we know they're in there.
If you are not within your own brain, would you not be dead?
Now you see some of the issues.
But then you may be reborn, like the fairy. She did almost die again, though.
Your friend, the fairy, who came here that one day.
Yes, she said she died and came back and almost died again. But she wasn't super worried because when you die, you come back in another body. Is that not right?
No, Tevin. In fact, I've never heard that from anyone. Do not die, Tevin. We may not be the same on the outside, but we are kin on the inside. When we get your memories back, you will see that we are blood, that you are my brother. Remember, Tevin, you and I are the most important people in this world. Now, I am tired. In the morning, you go back to those people, the fairy, and the others. Maybe more memories will come to you.
Oh, brother, before you go, I'm gonna change my arm and bring out the light. While we were gone, I have received some new modifications, if you would like to see.
I like it, but be careful if he continues to want to tinker. There's only so much he can know.
Good night, brother.
Good night. And we are going to flash to the Nars Tavern as we see Santos, followed closely by a disguised Lenore, enter in from the rain.
Before we go in, my silver hair usually floats up over my head like I'm underwater. I'm taking a blanket from my bag and I'm wrapping it around my head like a little babushka. Hair concealed. And I'm wearing that jacket and I'm walking.
Santos, as you enter, it's wild and rowdy tonight. The last time you were here, it was somber and quiet, but hey, it's a storm day. Everyone's out drinking. People are going crazy in here. And a lot of people are already very drunk. Linnea was able to squeeze into your normal booth with some of the other Nightshade guards. As you each enter, you can see Linnea sees you, and she starts hitting some of the other guards, gestures them to the next booth over. You can see they get up, make room for you, Santos, as well as some room for Lenore.
I start to head over there, but I'll stop and make sure that Lenore is close to me, as I'm sure that the chaos of this tavern might be drawing and pulling Lenore in one direction or another, or another, or another. So I'm kind of making sure that she stays close. All right, Lenore, we're just going to beeline right to that booth that's over there, and I'll give you a nod. Linnea there, who you saw earlier, she's going to give us some info. We got to keep our cool and stay under the radar here. Whatever that means. Huh.
Yes, my son. Let us go.
Yeah, let's go with that. And I'm gonna guide my mom, or grandma, I don't know yet, over to Linnea.
as you get closer, already standing up. Looks like she's about to give you a hug.
I'm gonna give that hug, and while we're hugging, I will say to Linnea, I brought my mom.
Hello, dearie.
What are we calling Lenore for the night?
Just Mom. She seems really into it, and the more into it she is, the better it is for all of us.
I'm going to get Mom a drink like I promised. Would you want one?
Yes.
Oh, I'll have whatever my boy is having. Hopefully it's not too strong. My tolerance isn't what it used to be.
Linnea jumps right up to the bar, quickly grabs 2 drinks. Nice small one for Mom, nice tall one for you, Santos.
Oh, good.
I kind of narrow my eyes and look between the two.
When you're done with that one, we can share the one that I got.
All right.
But you better be able to keep up if that's the case. Mom.
Son.
Lenore, or Mom, you are the one who has so many night shillings now. This is a good place to spend them.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think I have 144 night shillings.
Shh, you don't need to say that so loud.
Some of the other Nightshade guards just hear that. Next round on Mom.
How much is around? I don't know if this is a lot or not.
It's quite a lot, and so is around for the...
I'll get around. Yeah, around on Mama L.
Hey, Lenore.
Huh?
That you're gonna help us figure out a couple things. Whatever you would tell me, can be said in confidence here amongst the 3 of us.
You said you trust Lenore, and that's all I need.
Mama L.
Mama L, yes. Have you told her about the missing person? Or the attempted kidnapping?
Who? What?
Right before, the events, the meteor, Linnea and I were on a case. We were given an assignment that's typically given to the city guard, but that's something else for another day. We were investigating an attempted kidnapping. Linnea continued that investigation and has a little bit to share, so see if there's anything that Linnea presents to us, just, use that really smart head of yours and see if you can put anything together that maybe we can't.
But you said you were just a gate guard.
Well, I was. I just got put on that assignment. It was the first time that ever happened, the only time that ever happened, and it was only just for a couple hours, so...
My son got promoted.
Guess so.
I'm so proud. I knew you had it in you.
Thanks, Mom, but let's make sure that we're staying on task. Linnea, what you got for us?
I've been looking into other kidnappings in the city. Haven't been able to find out much more about this one. There are some minor details present in some of the other investigations. Just so you know, the guard might be worse than us. They didn't do very much. We probably took more notes than they did. But I found 2 cases that had at least some decent notes. One, they found wheel tracks, some sort of wagon, pulled next to a house which was broken into. The man who lived there was taken from his bed at night. And then another one, a woman was taken while she was outside watering her plants. The husband heard from inside a horse whinny. He went outside to make sure she was okay, and she and whatever horse made that noise was gone. I'm thinking it may be the same people doing this. Taking people from dark and hidden places. I don't know where they could be taking them.
How far apart were they?
Distance-wise or in time? I guess both.
Well, both, but mostly time.
Time-wise, a few weeks only. Distance, all around the city, except not in the confluence. But that makes sense, because only certain people are allowed in the confluence. So that would be hard to go steal someone from.
Do they have anything in common, this man and this woman and this new person?
They seem very different. They are different races, different ages, different genders, man, woman, and...
They don't know each other? What if they're all in the same book club? You ask them about their hobbies?
No. 2 of them are missing, so the only one I can ask is the woman we met. Maddie, I think her name was?
That's right.
And the husband.
Yeah, maybe.
Mama L, you should be doing this, apparently.
I have kind of sat back and relaxed a little bit as I'm watching how people, particularly Linnea, but not just Linnea, but the others that Lenore bought drinks for, I'm taking in how people are reacting to Lenore or Mama L, however they're perceiving her. And at least I believe I can gather that she's charming the hell out of Linnea, at the very least. And those that she got drinks for are warmed up a little bit. So I'm basically observing and taking in the effect that I'm noticing Lenore have on people that she's just met. And I kind of sit back and relax a little bit. My note-taking is less frantic as a result of that. I'm going to lean into Linnea.
I lean in too.
I include you. I lean in. As I see you leaning in, I kind of lean in between you both. You know me. You know that I'm overly cautious sometimes. Does Mama L need to even be in disguise here? Can she come and just be herself?
I'm having fun.
Right. Well, we got something. Lenore, do you have the papers?
Mama L.
Mama L, do you have the papers?
Yeah? I'll show Linnea.
Does this change anything? It should, right? They're legit. They're real papers. This should protect her.
Why did you not bring these up earlier?
Why? I don't know. I got a really bad read off of Officer Darian. I didn't know if that would have mattered.
Any guard you show these to will know that they cannot arrest you.
So it's like I was pardoned.
But Officer Darian, I don't think this would stop him.
He needs to relax. And it sounds like he's the one in the wrong anyway. He took something from me. I don't know what.
Nobody knows what. Or do you?
I don't know. I've been told that you were lying about him taking something from you, because that was never proven. But now, I'm thinking maybe he took something from you.
Who's his boss?
Carmina?
Does she know my deal, Carmina? My situation?
I don't know. She seemed to be all business and seemed to have at least one agenda, probably more.
I don't think she would care about petty crimes. She has a lot to think about. All of Icaria, the resonance, all of the different nightshades. She's got a lot going on, and...
Yeah. She's queen of the world. I get it.
No, I don't think I'd say that, but... I don't know. I've never met her.
I did.
What?
You met Carmina?
Well, I met her because really the assignment that we just came back from basically came down from her. I'll show Linnea the mark on my hand. Does this mean anything to you, Linnea? Have you seen any others with this?
Where did this come from? I don't know what it means, but I have seen this before.
Where?
Guided meditation, hallucinogens, prayer. It was an experience. Thought I dreamed this symbol up.
Did it do anything? Was it associated with anything?
Yes. I mean, it was associated with my prayer to Ilos.
Does Ilos have like a symbol? Is there like a holy symbol of Ilos or anything?
Yes, though it is not this.
What was the substance that you used to help you in this guided meditation?
I don't know what it was called. I paid for this session.
Who did you pay? And how do I find them?
I can introduce you. Her name was Chana.
What were the side effects from this thing that you took? Did it make you sick after you took it?
I don't think so. This was many years ago.
Did you do it again since? Or did you feel a compulsion to go back and do it again?
No. Physical compulsion, no. But sometimes when I am lost, I find myself in prayer and think about it.
What do you pray to Ilos for?
She has this smile when you ask that.
She is everything that I care about. She embodies empathy and selflessness and building yourself up so that you are strong enough to build others around you. That no suffering from one person should happen. That any little bit that you can mitigate yourself is a little bit less that's out there in the world.
So, how are you feeling since Ilos crashed?
I am feeling like I want to see Chana again. See if I can get answers.
Does it make sense to still pray to a god that is crashed?
We don't know where she is, or if she's gone. She may still be here. Somewhere.
What if God was one of us?
She likes to sing.
What if she's in this bar? I'm gonna look around the bar and see if there's anyone who looks suspiciously like a god.
There is someone holding 2 drinks, has their head all the way back looking up at the ceiling. They're balancing a knife on their nose, slowly sipping one of the drinks as people are cheering.
I found her.
I have one eye on Lenore, and the other definitely on Linnea. As this is happening, I asked Linnea, "Can you remember that hallucination that you had, that vision? What the part with the symbol?" And I show her again my hand. Walk me through that. How did that come into your mind?
This is my 7th drink. My memory's not doing so good. But what I can say is Chana, during this experience, had us keep dream journals. I still have mine somewhere.
I want that. I want it. I reach to Linnea and I grab her shoulders and I get like face to face with her. Linnea, something is happening and it's bigger than us. And it's urgent for us to try to figure this puzzle out. We're running out of time. We have perhaps just until tomorrow morning to get some answers before I meet with Darian and he does whatever it is that he's setting out to do. Can you find your journal tonight? Can we get to Chana tonight?
I have to meet with Darian in the morning as well. If I can set up a meeting with you and Chana in the morning, I'll keep Darian busy as long as I can. So you can meet with her, and I'll try to find my dream journal. Okay?
All right. If you can find your dream journal, set up a meeting with Chana and distract Darian. Yes, while we're meeting with her, that would be amazing. Linnea, I already owe you so much, and I'll owe you that much more.
I was gonna say next round, but I got to go find the stuff.
Stands up and puts a hand on your shoulder.
We'll have more to talk about later.
You got it. Turn to Lenore. Well, we have a meeting in the morning. I guess we need to get our own rest.
Oh, all right.
You guys exit the tavern and you are headed wherever it may be you find yourself for the night. But for today, that's a wrap.
All right.
Thank you everybody so much for listening. Patreon.com/castparty. Give us names and NPCs. Send us ideas for magic items. Oh my gosh, there hasn't been much loot yet this season.
Ooh.
Wonder what could be coming up. You could be a part of that. As well as we talk every week about every single episode over on Behind the Scenes. So, Patreon.com/castparty. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Yes, it is I, the wizard who will answer one of your life's burning questions truthfully. This is a bigger adventuring party than I've ever usually had to work with. Let's start with a new guy. If you turn into a sheep, do you still have to shear yourself? Of all the questions that you could ask me, that is what yes, you still must shear yourself. I don't know if you are capable of doing so with your hooves, but someone will have to. Anne? Why does every magic carpet always have the same tacky pattern? It's just tradition at this point. Dragons. If a tree falls in the enchanted forest and no one is around, does it cast a spell? Yes. Dubword, yes. step forward. What happens if you accidentally summon your own evil twin? It's a fight to the death, Dumbwood. You should know this. Sainty love, why do dragons always hoard gold? Wouldn't they prefer something more comfortable like pillows? Yes, I suppose, but you can't exchange pillows for goods. Everyone desires gold. It's just how it is. Eric 5? What happens if you cast invisibility on yourself and then forget where you are? Well, you're still in the same spot, Eric. You know that. You don't just lose yourself. Next. Forerunner, can you conjure a sandwich that never runs out of ingredients? Now these are the kinds of questions that I like. And I'm going to say yes, somewhere out there is the power to do such glorious magic. And I hope that you find this magic. Heather, can you use a wish spell to wish for more wishes, or is that cheating? It's cheating, Heather, we all know this. Easterweek, come forward. If you cast Fireball underwater, does it turn into a steam bath? Yes, and they're delightful. Jesky Fire, yes, please step forward. It is your turn. If you polymorph into a fish, can you still breathe if you're underwater? Yes, of course. You would still have the gills, so you are able to breathe. Just don't get chomped underneath the water, because if you revert back to your original self, who knows how deep in the water you may be, and then you will have a rough time breathing. Jonas, what's the best way to make an ogre laugh? Asking for a friend. Who might you be asking for, Jonas, and why do you need to make an ogre laugh? I'm not going to answer this one. I'm just more concerned. Kaylee, yes, come on. Why are all ancient relics always in the last place you look? Now that is a good question, Kaylee. We have to hide them very well, or else they're just relics, you see? And ancient relics sound a lot more important than actual relics, right? So if you're on the hunt for a relic, that's okay. But if you're on the hunt for an ancient relic, now that's exciting. But to get to the ancient part, you have to hide them very, very well so they get lost for ages and ages. Just make sure they don't deteriorate by then. But then you have yourself an ancient relic. Lady Lorax, good to see you. Can you use a teleportation spell to move just 1 inch to the left? Well, of course. Lexi, if you cast levitation on yourself, can you avoid doing leg day? You're brilliant, Lexi. Yes, you could. You could. As long as you're okay with having chicken legs for the rest of your life. Opti, what do beholders see when they look in the mirror? Themselves, though they're hideous. Ryan, why do all magic items come with cryptic instructions? Can't we just get a manual? Well, Ryan, yes, you could have a manual. But with the amount of magic items floating around, I feel like that's just a waste of paper, so it's easier to just explain what the magic items do, though it's like a game of telephone, you know, Ryan? After a while, the instructions become a bit unclear when they're passed down from person to person. Next. Oh, bass drop, hello. Can you use a time stop spell to win at hide and seek? I suppose so, but then you see, then you're just frozen in time for all eternity, and is that really worth winning? Bubba, what happens if you try to scry on yourself? Is it like looking in a mirror or more confusing? Good question, Bubba. And I'll be honest, I don't know. Would it be third person? Would you be looking upon yourself? Would you be looking through your eyes, or would you be staring directly at you? I must try this. Would you like to join me? Oh, we have Ebab as well. If you summon a genie and ask it to clean your house, does that count as one of your wishes? Well, yes, it's still a wish now, isn't it? Lot of questions for one day. Lovely to see you all.